Hello everyone, I'm the storyteller and I'm here to help you today. I know you use this video to sleep, so before that, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Where are you from and what time are you watching? Feel free and relax. I never thought my passion for vintage dresses would put me in a nightmare, but as I sit here, heart pounding, wondering if he's watching me right now, I realize how naive I was to think I could just sell a few and walk away. It all started innocently enough. I've been collecting vintage dresses for years, scouring thrift stores and second-hand sales for hidden gems. My wardrobe is a rainbow of tie-dye silks and laces. Each dress has its own history and charm, but life has a way of changing your priorities. A divorce, rising bills, and the need to start over has made the difficult decision to sell my beloved collection. I posted an ad online featuring some of my favorite pieces. The response was immediate. A man called Daniel messaged me expressing interest in purchasing the entire collection. His enthusiasm matched mine and we arranged for him to come and see the dresses in person. When Daniel arrived at my apartment, he looked perfectly normal, early 30s, with a welcoming smile and a keen eye for fashion. He examined each dress with reverence, asked about their history and complimented my taste in moments. I felt a connection here, someone who understood my passion. We chatted as he looked through the collection and I found myself opening up about my recent divorce and plans to start a new life. Daniel was sympathetic, even encouraging me as he left with a few dresses in his arms. I felt more relieved, like I had not only made a sale but also a friend. That feeling didn't last long. A few days later, I saw Daniel around my neighborhood. At first I thought it was a coincidence. Nashville isn't that big, but then I saw him more often at the grocery store, coffee shop, even outside my workplace. Every time he gave me that sweet smile, but something in his eyes had changed. They were colder, more calculating. I tried to brush it off, but the uneasy feeling in my gut wouldn't go away. One evening as I was leaving work, I saw Daniel standing across the street looking at me. He didn't come closer, didn't say anything, just watched my hands shake as I fumbled with my car keys, and I drove home with a sinking heart. That night, I heard a light knock on my apartment door. Through the peephole, I saw Daniel standing there. His expression was strangely calm. I backed away again, not daring to breathe. He knocked again, louder this time. I stood there, frozen, praying that he would leave after what felt like hours. He hadn't slept that night. Every creak, every distant siren made me sit up, wondering if he had returned. When it finally dawned, I called him for work. I couldn't bear the thought of leaving my apartment, possibly running into him again. As the day wore on, my fear turned to anger. Who did he think he was? I decided to confront him so he would leave me alone, or I would call the police. But when I reached for my phone to find his number, my blood ran cold. On my coffee table lay one of my vintage dresses that I had sold to Daniel. My hands were shaking as I picked it up. My mind was racing. How did it get here? I was sure I had locked the door. I ran to check. It was still locked. Panic set in my throat. I searched my apartment for any signs of forced entry. Everything seemed fine except for that dress. I called the police. My voice was shaking as I explained the situation. They took my statement, but didn't seem too concerned. There was no clear evidence of a break-in. There wasn't much they could do. They advised me to change the locks and call back if anything else happened. Frustrated and scared, I changed the locks. I also bought a security camera and installed it facing my front door. That night I slept with a kitchen knife under my pillow. Startled when I heard any noise the next morning, I woke up to find another dress hanging on my bedroom door. My scream was muffled as I stared at it. The cheerful floral pattern was a contrast to the terror I felt. I checked the security camera footage with a shake. Hands empty. No one had come in through the front door this time. When I called the police, they took me more seriously. They searched my apartment but found nothing. See signs of break-in.